What is happening, guys? JTF back at it again with another coaching video. Today I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that make strength training awesome. Now, most of you who know my story already know that I got my start by doing a variety of cardiovascular exercise, and cardio is very important. In fact, it should be a part of your program if it's not already. But strength training should also be a part of your program, and it's kind of my baby now. And for good reason too, for good reason. And I'm going to share with you 5 of those very good reasons starting now. Go. First of all, it teaches you mental strength. Now, one of the things that I learned when I was taking jiu-jitsu is the phrase, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And what they're trying to do is make sure that you're nice and calm when you're in a weird situation, when somebody's got their hooks in you, or somebody's got your back, or you've pulled guard and you don't want to be there. But I echo that same sage advice each time that I hit up the squat rack. Guys, let me tell you, I hate squats. I hate them. I never skip leg day because I know it's good for me. I know it's going to make sure that I've got a well-rounded physique, but I'm never going to skip them, even though I hate them. Squats are hard. The weight is heavy. I just don't enjoy doing them, okay? But when I walk up to that squat rack and I know I've still got to do my squats, I echo that. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you better. You're going to get through this. Everything's okay. And, it's the same thing in life. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we don't want to go through, stuff that we're not going to want to face, stuff that we hate because it's hard or we just don't enjoy doing it, but we have to do it. We have to get through it. And most of the time, it's going to be stuff that's going to make us stronger in the long run. So just having that thought in mind, when I approach difficult times in life or difficult situations or have to make difficult decisions in my life, I can call back to a lot of that same strength that I have developed through talking myself through squat day to help get me through some of these other things. Teaches you that mental strength that you're going to need, and that's killer. Number 2, it encourages you to be proud of your accomplishments. Now, I did a video a while back where I talked about why it's important for us to be proud of the things that we've accomplished and the things that we've been able to do in our lives, especially when it comes to our fitness and our health goals. I use the example of running frequently because something that drives me crazy is when I see people who decide that they're going to start running, they're going to start doing couch to 5K, they're finally able to run a mile without stopping. They like to post that because they're very proud of it, and they should be. But frequently they phrase it as saying, I ran a mile today, but my pace was just 14 minutes per mile. But you know what? That's a 14-minute mile, and that's a mile. And especially if that's the best you've ever done, super be proud of that, okay? We do this, should see the same thing in the weight room. And in my opinion, the weight room kind of encourages that a little bit. When you're running a 5K or a half marathon, the goal is not necessarily to be the fastest or to win the race. For most people, it's not. It's just to do better than you did the last time. And when you are better than you were the last time, you've got to be proud of that. Or if you're able to just get the workout in, you should be proud of that. And in the weight room, I really encourage people to be proud of what they're lifting. I mean, so what? It doesn't matter if you're bench pressing over 300 pounds or you can't even put plates on the sides of the bar just yet. If you're in there and you're putting in the work and you've lifted a little bit more than you did the last time, then you need to be proud of that. And in my experience, other people in the weight room, if they're watching you, they either really don't care, what you're doing because they're so focused on what they're doing, or there are going to be true, genuine meatheads who are going to be actually proud of you, or they're going to be obnoxious little pricks that you don't care about their opinion anyway. Being in the weight room is not a competition. You're only in there competing with yourself. And when we do better, when we lift heavier, when we lift longer, whatever the goal is, we got to be proud of that. And being in the weight room encourages that. Third, strength training is kind of where it's at when it comes to your body composition change. We'll just go ahead and tell you this right now. When people say that they want to lose weight, I would venture to say 90% of the time or more, they don't actually mean that they want to lose weight. What they're saying is they would like to lose fat. I want to lose weight is a lot easier than saying I'm wanting to change my body composition. Less words, sounds better, super common, super safe. And when people decide that they want to get their body composition changed, the first thing they want to do is hit on that treadmill and do all the cardio in the world because that's what they're told to do. And that's important. I said earlier just in this video that cardio, very important, and it needs to be a part of your programming. However, Cardio is a great way to burn fat, but strength training not only burns fat, but it will build up your muscle. It's anabolic in that way, okay? It helps facilitate the damage to the muscles that's required for your muscles to get bigger. Now, something that I've told people a lot who are just, using a calorie deficit to lose weight, or they're doing cardio to lose weight, that's fine. You're going to lose weight. It's going to happen. If you're moving more than you're consuming, you're going to lose weight, and that's killer. However, if you're not doing some kind of strength training, what's going to happen? You're going to lose a bunch of weight, you're going to lose a bunch of fat, and you're not going to have any structure underneath, and you're still going to be disappointed. Because think about it. Be honest with yourself. When you say that you want to lose weight, do you see yourself as being very skinny with no form, or do you see yourself being kind of shredded? I guarantee you're thinking about yourself being kind of shredded. Even if you don't realize it, you're seeing muscle structure, and you're not going to be able to have that underlying muscle structure unless you strengthen it. That's why we try to make hypertrophy happen in our muscles, so we can have that muscle structure once we burn all the fat, and then we're going to have the physique that we want. We're going to have that goal that you actually want when you say that you want to lose weight. Strength training is going to do that for you. Number 4, while it has the ability to raise your confidence, it also has the ability to humble you, okay? Well, like I said earlier, we have to be incredibly proud of what we're doing in the weight room. We have to be proud of the amount of weights that we're lifting or how frequently we're lifting. We've got to be proud of those things, because as you lift a little bit, you're going to be able to lift a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then your body structure is going to change. You're going to see that progress. You're going to be encouraged to lift even more. Our confidence will eventually start to soar, and that is amazing. But it also has that ability to bring you back down, okay? I'll just tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was trying to hit 200 pounds on the shoulder press. I did 185, I did 190, I did 195. Absolutely could not get 200 up over my head. I tried, I yelled at it, I caught my breath, started again, I yelled at it, nothing happened. I tried so hard, but no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I felt like I deserved it, like I had earned it, that 200 pounds simply was not going up. I was so sure that I could do it, but I left the weight room that day angry, butthurt, and absolutely exhausted. It doesn't matter how badly I wanted to lift that weight. At the end of the day, I wasn't ready for it, and I had to accept that. And let's not even begin to talk about injury. It's always been my policy for my clients to never, ever, 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 ever work through pain. Discomfort is one thing. Pain is something that we don't ever want to have to work through, because I'm going to tell you, being able to reel it back and to not go for that big lift when we're afraid that our form is hurt or our form has suffered, thereby missing an injury, avoiding injury altogether, that's going to suck a little bit, because you're going to be able to lift that weight, you're going to be able to go for that last set or something. That's a real drag to us because we want it so badly. But if we go for it and end up getting hurt, then you're having to take weeks off, maybe even more. Injuries are the ultimate humbler in the weight room. Now, it's not something that we should aspire to have. We're not trying to get hurt because of this humbling process that I think is so necessary, but it's definitely something that's going to teach us that, if we're going too hard, too heavy before we're ready, it's going to let us know, and then all that confidence that we've worked so hard to build up is going to come right back down and remind us, dude, you're still just a person, you're human, and this is where you are right now. And finally, number 5 is it teaches you that consistency is king. So if you've not worked out in a very long time and you decide that you're going to start going to the gym, and you go and you hit it really hard that day, what's going to happen the next day? You are going to be sore as hell. You're going to be so incredibly sore. But if you continue on with your program, your workouts are going to either progress to the point where you're not going to be as sore, or sometimes you're going to finish a workout and the next day you're not going to be sore from it at all. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you didn't have a good workout. It's just your body just starts reacting to it in a different way. It starts to become used to having that bit of resistance on it, and your body's going to be used to being active and fighting resistance in that way. But what happens if you've not worked out in a very long time? You get in the gym, you work out really hard, you're sore as hell the next day, and you decide that it hurts so much that you're going to take a few days off, and then those few days turn into a few extra days, and then the soreness goes away. Then you decide you're going to hit the gym again like a week later or something. You know what's going to happen? You're going to repeat this over and over and over again, because your body's just not going to be used to that type of resistance that you're exposing it to. And just like, you know, in the previous example, if you're going and you're consistent with it, that soreness is going to subside, or it's not going to be as bad. It's going to be way more tolerable. If you spend, you know, several weeks in between workout sessions and you go in, you're going to have that soreness every single time because you're not being consistent. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have some kind of progress, you know, if you are just working out once every other week or so. I mean, it's better than nothing, but you're not going to be able to see that progress, and the progress that you do see is going to be a lot further and fewer. Like, it's going to be, you're not going to be able to progress as much as you would want to in that amount of time. If you want to truly progress on your program, if you want to help your health, if you want to improve your physique, that consistency has got to be there. And there's not much in this world that proves that consistency is king than what we learn when we're in the weight room, when we're pumping iron, and when we're changing our physique in that way. Now, are there more benefits to lifting weights than these 5 examples that I've given you? Yes, of course. These are just the 5 that I think are the #1 top things you can learn from being in the weight room. I'll take these things with me until the day that I die. Guys, if you dug this, please let me know. Leave me a comment, like this, share it with your friends if you think they might be able to benefit from it. I'll be back next week with another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next week, ever onward.